Do you often find yourself overreacting to situations? Like किसी ने थोड़ा सा कुछ कहा, मजाक में कहा, लेकिन you were hurt, sad, and maybe started crying there and then. Maybe somebody said another little thing for you, maybe criticized you a little bit, a constructive criticism, but you went into an anger burst out. Maybe you even have a feeling of revenge and you're not able to forgive, even when you know that you should be forgiving. So the idea is that at times you know that you should be peaceful, but you're not able to. You know you should be forgiving, but you're not able to. You know you should be happy, but you're not able to. So that is where you lack emotional mastery. If you want to figure out the answers to these questions, this entire series of emotional mastery is for you. And this is part 2, where 5 reasons that you cannot control your emotions, even when you know how you should be behaving, but you're not able to. This is the part 2. Part 1 is the signs in your life that you need emotional mastery. Go check that video first. That is one of the foundation for it. And let's begin with the reasons that you cannot control your emotions. Before that, I am Mind Coach Jyoti. I am an educator turned life coach, empowering you with mind tools not taught in schools. When was emotional mastery taught to you? When was taught to you that learn to handle fears, learn to handle judgments? There were no methods given to you. So I'm here to give you those methods. This is part 2 now. So number 1 reason that you're not able to control your emotion is that you are a shallow breather. Your breathing is the foundation of your life. Just imagine one breath that does not go in back again, your entire body and your entire system falls on the floor. So breathing is that foundation. But do you really consider breathing important? I mean, do you pay attention to your breathing whole day? Absolutely not. And you must have noticed this in your breath or in somebody else's breath. Every emotion has a breathing pattern. Every emotion has a breathing pattern. When you're angry, your breathing becomes shallow. When you're anxious, your breathing becomes shallow. And mind, if something happens for a number of times, make it a pattern. And moreover, your sitting postures, where studies have actually proven that most of us do not really use the full part of the lungs. We really don't use them because of the bad sitting posture, like lying down, studying on the bed, and number of stuff. So we hardly keep our spine straight. So number of factors add up to make you a shallow breather. Now you don't even realize that in normal life also you become a shallow breather. The more shallow breather you are, the less control you have over your emotions. The monks that have really control over their emotions, they practice deep breathing a lot. They have control over their breath. So this is your breathing is life force. If you can control your breath, you can control anything. So check right now, just normally breathe, just normally, no deep breathing, just a normal breath, and check what is the depth of your breath. If it is only till upper chest or middle chest, just a normal breath, you are a shallow breather. And that is how, even if you know that you shouldn't be angry, even if you know that you shouldn't be anxious, but that breathing pattern has become your lifestyle. That is why anger, frustration has become your lifestyle. Now, what is the second reason? The second reason that you cannot control your emotions is the chemical disbalance. You are a chemical soup. Every emotion is a chemical reaction in your body. You feel all those emotions in your body and you release certain kind of chemicals. I call them DOS, the positive ones, the dopamine, the oxytocin, the serotonin, and endorphins. Now, over the period of time, because you've gone through some emotional stories and emotional turmoils continuously, that the whole day you just don't smile. You just don't smile at all, thinking there should be some reason that should make you smile. People should change, then you should smile. Number of reasons that you give, but you haven't really smiled and felt happy in certain point of time. So those chemicals haven't really released. Most of the time in a day, you are stressed out. So you're releasing cortisol and sugar and adrenaline and number of other chemicals. So you are a chemical soup and you really don't taste good now. You have become a conductor of bad emotions. So the moment you have a little trigger there to make you feel irritated, boom, you burst out. Why? Because you have become inflammable. बहुत जल्दी आपके अंदर आग लग जाती है गुस्से की, एंजाइटी की, suddenly bursting out of emotions. Why? Because your blood and the chemicals in your body just support it. You need doses, you need endorphins, you need oxygen. They are literally natural pain killers. They help you to get over any pain. They help you to feel happy. They are happy hormones. And the biggest and the easiest and the simplest source of dose is exercise, body movement. You know what is the biggest reason that you feel like this all the way? Because your mind is supposed to be still and your body is supposed to move. But whole day your body doesn't move and your mind is not at all still. So work on the chemical imbalance in your body. Now, don't take it as a blame frame that, oh my God, my body supports all of this. That's victimhood. Just go for a walk. Go in the nature, touch life forces so that you generate a good amount of dopamine for good sources, that you generate oxytocin, serotonin. Hug somebody lovingly. When you hug somebody with a lot of love, you release a lot of serotonin. When you help somebody, when you do something for somebody and somebody says thank you to you, that is where you release serotonin. Release all these things, oxytocin, and with good, find activities that will make you happy and you will release these chemicals. Don't wait for somebody to come up to you. So be a good chemical soup that you become a good conductor of happy emotions, good conductor of positive emotions. So if you've really experienced, you've become a soup of cortisol, it's difficult for you to feel and take charge over your emotions. Third is that you have a low self-image. So when you have low self-image, when you yourself are weak in your neurons, I'm an NLP master. So neuro-linguistic programming is detecting your unconscious biases from your language and what is more, who has more power in your neurons. So it is easy to say that don't have fear of judgment, don't have fear of criticism. But if you close your eyes and you're not able to see the charming and the confident you, if you close your eyes and it is very difficult to see your own face, that means aapke antar man mein ya in your neurons, you lack power. The file which is named as self-image is completely corrupted. Isse kya hota hai? The people whom you shouldn't really give the power to affect you also affect you. As much as it is told to you that don't listen to that person, is kaan se suno, us kaan se nikal do, tum kyun trigger ho rahe ho, why haven't you given you remote control to the other people? But the idea is not snatching the remote control from them. The idea is to take the remote control in your own hand. You, in front of the mirror, have hated your life, have hated your body, have hated your mind. That is where your self-image file is completely corrupted. So enhance your self-image. Please start imagining your body, your face as what you want to be, like successful or an achiever. उसे imagine करना शुरू करें ताकि neurons में आप जिन लोगों के बारे में imagine करते रहते हैं सिर्फ उन्हीं को power मिलती है. You should check out some of my other videos where you would understand relationship with self and how to create affirmations for a good self-image. Check those videos so that you understand how to enhance your self-image. Let's look at the next reason that you cannot control your emotions. What was low self-image? That you actually gave the control of your emotions to somebody else. If you have a high self-image, you remain in charge of your emotions. Next is the food you eat. Food, you are what you eat. Food has a lot of effect on us, lot of effect. The kind of food you eat, not just on the vibrational level, but even at the micro and the micronutrient level, food has a lot of effect on your mood, lot of effect. Rather, when you feel like eating something good, it's not that you want to eat good, you just want to feel good about something. Food is a very, very important part of our lives. So if you lack vitamin D, if you lack B12, you would really have no reason that you feel low, that you feel that nothing will make you happy. And the kind of food that you eat, if you're eating a lot of junk food, your body invests a lot of energy in digesting that junk food rather than healing your emotional turmoils. Not just bodily turmoils, but even emotional healing also, you require time. That is why there are processes of fasting, because your body needs a break, not just to heal yourself at a cellular level, just not at the bodily level, but your emotions also get stored in the body. You manifest your diseases by thinking about your fears all day sitting at one place. You should check the anxiety series where I prove it to you that how you create anxiety in you, how you create diseases in you. So the right amount of food, I call it pranic food. If you eat the pranic food, the prana energy goes high, and then you will be able to handle the emotional turmoils. You can easily go Google what are pranic foods, high pranic foods, have them in your diet so that the prana energy is high. When your energy body contracts, that is where you feel suffocated. You need to have high level of prana in your body for emotional stability. It's not that you will not feel sad. It's not that you will not feel hurt. It's not that you will never ever experience any bad emotions, but the ability to get over it, that is where your pranic energy comes into picture. So have pranic food more. So if you're not having pranic food, you're not having those. What is pranic food? Something food which is full of life. The vegetables, the fruits, they are full of life. Just an example. So if you're not having all of them and you're having that kind of food, what is the problem with processed food? वो 6 महीने पहले पैक हुआ था, वो 6 महीने में खराब ही नहीं होता, तो एक दिन में डाइजेस्ट कैसे होगा? Just understand the quality of food that you eat. Any kind of processed food will add lethargy in you and takes away the ability from you to handle your emotions. The last reason is lack of self-love. You don't love the way you are. Maybe you're a little emotional, maybe you're a little sensitive, and you continuously hate yourself for that. That is where you lose harmony with yourself. That is where your mind is like, why should I listen to you? You just hate me. You just hate the inner self. Why should I listen to you? You lose harmony with yourself because you've hated yourself a lot. You hate your body, you hate your mind, and you hate your emotional self. It's okay to experience those emotions. Let that emotion, don't suppress the emotion. एक बार feel कर ले उन्हें, उस पे खुद को hate ना करे. That oh, again I am feeling hurt, again I am feeling this, again I am feeling that. You're just adding on to emotional tsunami. I've discussed about emotional tsunami in my previous video. Definitely go check that out. You have to accept. You have to accept that you're feeling this. You can label it. The moment you accept it, you take the responsibility that you're feeling it. That is where you get the power to release it also. If you continuously resist it, you have no control to leave it also. You have to accept your emotions first. And that is what we will discuss more in detail in the next video, which is the laws of emotional mastery. That's part 3. So one of the laws or one of the things is that you really need to have self-love. You really need to love the way you are so that whenever it is required to shift emotions, you are able to do that. And how early can you shift emotions? Like this. I have an entire community of self-masters who learn ultimate self-mastery with NLP with me. If you happen to meet any one of them, if you happen to meet any feedback, see any feedback video, my first question to them is, how early do you shift emotions? How early do you shift vibrations? And they will answer you like this. You can sign up for my free NLP workshop to understand NLP as a biggest tool to emotional mastery. Till then, bye-bye from Mind Coach Jyoti, and do subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, and share it with somebody who really needs to know it.